What is up, guys? Welcome back to another day of our live esports open play sessions here at youtube.com/BRP Calypse. Today we are going to be playing Sembly. However, before we do get into Sembly, I do just want to first mention that again our registration is open. So if you are interested in taking some courses over the summer, they will be mostly online, at least at the beginning. And they may be online for the entirety of the summer if things do not clear up. So they will give you something nice to do from the safety of your home, and you will have a great time and you will learn a lot of cool things. So make sure you guys do look into that if you are interested. If you are interested, you could always check out the courses here at blackrocket.com/online. And just press that courses button up at the top. That will take you to kind of a page where we have all of our courses, and you can kind of go one by one, check out the description, see which ones you like, and all that fun stuff. So again, we do have the free and premium content also here, which we do have now. So the virtual open houses have been completed. Those are going to be up on the YouTube channel. You guys are already there, so if you do want to check them out, make sure you do look at those in the video section. And then we also have the live open play sessions, of course, every single weekday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then we also have the premium content. So we do have some sampler classes going on. Those are for about an hour every day. And they kind of do give you a little bit of a taste on what the full classes are going to be. And they kind of dip their feet into a lot of different classes and not just one. So if you take the game design sampler, you're not just going to be doing Game Maker. You may be doing Game Maker, Unity, and some other cool stuff. So make sure you do look into that if you aren't really sure on what kind of course you want to take. That will definitely help you. And then, of course, we do have the self-guided VR quest where you can kind of work at your own pace. You get your own headset, and you could kind of do anything you want, really. You could follow the instructions we give you. You could follow them in your own way. You could do whatever you want. You could branch out, all that cool stuff. So, again, make sure you guys do look into that if you are interested. But, again, as I did say, we are playing Sembly. So if you do want to play Sembly along with us, all you got to do is go to blackrocket.com/esports. This will take you to our esports page where we do have Sembly and Battle Royale. Of course, today we are playing Sembly. Super easy to get set up. All you have to do is press that play now button. When you do press that play now button, it will take you to the Sembly page. I already have it opened and logged in because, of course, I am always prepared. However, if you do not have it already logged in and open, the first thing you do have to do is wait for this bar to load. I know it does look a little bit deceiving. However, it is loading once it does get to this point. So do not refresh. Just let it write out, and it will definitely load. However, again, I am already logged in, so I will get started casting some good matches for you guys. Of course, I go to spectate. However, if you guys do want to play, you just go to play, private match, join private match, and then type in the room code that we do give you guys. I will announce it, and we will also probably put it in chat most of the time. If you guys aren't able to get in, but you do want to interact with the game going on stream, you could go to spectate, vote, and then type in the room code as well. I don't know what happened. You go to spectate, vote, type in the room code, and then you could vote on the different events that happen. And you could also vote on the 5th item that comes in on normal games. So that is also to keep you guys engaged. But if you guys aren't able to get in and you want to continue to play, you could actually play either private matches on your own with your friends, and we could cast those, or you could just do quick play and get someone in, and you'll be good to go. However, we do have our first room code is disc, and I did find the room. There are 2 people in this room already, I believe. So yeah, we are going to get a gem race game as our first game. So we do have pipe jungle, or player 2 does have to also select the map. However, the way that gem race works is both players select 5 items each, and then you kind of go from there. So player 1 can only use the items they select. Player 2 can only use the items that they select. However, they both build on the same map. So this isn't like normal where each player constructs their own map and you play on both. This one, you just do the whole shebang. You just do the whole thing. It gets pretty hectic, gets pretty crazy. There's random gem spawns, so that also has a pretty wild effect on the outcome of the game. So it is very interesting. It's probably the most action-packed of all the game modes, because Fast Match isn't as much action-packed as it is just like a race, like a speed race. And then normal is more of a strategic kind of battle, while this one is just pretty action-packed, especially when both players usually maximize their item potential. Since they are building on the same map, they can kind of block off enemy traps with their own traps or just some crazy stuff like that. But they do have to, again, prepare for every scenario that life can throw at them, because again, we do have these random gem spawns. So something that I like to do when I am playing gem race is I like to kind of cut off an area, so I do have a place to go while that I know. So I would probably cut off like this area right here, so I kind of trap my opponent into doing that while I know the correct route to take, maybe going over. So my opponent may fall for a trap that I placed, which I know where to go, and that could definitely help me out in the long run. It is a little tougher than normal because, again, you don't know where these gems are going to spawn. So you do see player 2 or player 1 right now using those switch blocks on the individual gems. Basically, so a player cannot just jump up and grab them. They will have to jump up, hit the switch block, and then they could grab that gem. So that is going to make it a little bit more difficult. It will make it a little bit more difficult if you are not as good at wall jumping. Because if you do get up on this yellow wall and you do hit that switch, but you aren't able to jump back on the yellow wall, you will have to fall down, go all the way back up, and that could definitely take some time. So you do got to make sure you do stay on your toes here when it does come to the opponent's items. And then we do have player 2 putting down a lot more aggressive items. They're going pretty heavy on the spike balls, especially at the beginning. But that does look like it is going to be it. So in the last 10 seconds, we are going to get a big overview. This is what our final map is going to look like. So as you can see here, we do have some gems like kind of not really blocked off by anything, just the switch blocks. So those ones are going to be pivotal if a gem does get over there. And again, if one does respawn over there, because a player may be able to get 2 gems for the price of 1. So we are going to shoot this over to full screen, of course, so we do get the best possible view right now. We do have player 1 is going to be green, player 2 is going to be yellow. First gem spawned up at the top right there. So our player 1 right there taking the safe route, not wanting to mess around with those spike balls, not really wanting to have to struggle really. So they are kind of wall jumping up. I'm not sure if they will have enough time here. They should have enough time. 34, 32. They grab it at the last possible second. So usually what does happen is after 30 seconds, the gem does respawn. But that next gem does look like it is going to be in the danger zone right now. I'm not sure if anyone is going to be able to grab that gem. Again, with those spike balls, with that vacuum, that's going to be a tough task. So again, not sure if anyone is going to be able to pull that off. However, it does look like the spike balls have stopped firing, but they do start firing once you do get closer. So you do got to watch out for those. As you can see here, our player 1 does get set back, but that next gem is going to be right by them at the bottom right there. It looks like player 1 didn't see it as they pass through, and that may end up costing them because now they are stuck at the sticky blocks. Player 2 looks like they are in the lead. However, again, those sticky blocks kind of make it a little bit tougher to wall jump. You get a lot of momentum when you do fly out of those. Looks like player 1 was set back by the bat right there. The bat is a very, very troublesome opponent because it moves very, very quickly. And it has a pretty large hitbox, even though it does look a little small. So now we do have both of our players. Ooh, player 2 with a really, really nice jump right there. Let's see if they are able to somehow get this gem. It looks like those spike balls are coming in very fast. Looks like they are taking the wrong route to get to that gem. So that gem may run out, or they may not even have time. Looks like they only have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Player 1 able to sneak in there and grab the gem at the last second to kind of just put away the game. Maybe just get some extra points. Maybe that gives them a little bit more EXP. But yeah, they did get that gem at the last possible second, really. So shout out to player 1 on being able to grab 2 gems. That was a pretty tough map. So of course I do not blame player 2 for coming up empty right there, because that was a struggle. It definitely looked like they were having some trouble, both players on that map. So we do of course have another game going for you guys right now. As soon as we do get a room code, I will hop on in there. I will let you guys know what it is. But again, in the meantime, if you guys do want to play your own games, you could always go to Quick Play. You'll get a match with someone else who's also in Quick Play. But that will give us a room code where we can spectate and players can also still vote. So again, I will get that room code for you guys in just a second. And then the next room code is going to be RXIM. So if you guys do want to join, make sure you go to play private, join match, RXIM as the room code. So here we do have a fast match. So the way that fast matches work is both players get 5 random items and they get 30 seconds to build their own map. So this kind of works like normal in that way. However, again, the items are random and you only do get 30 seconds. There's only one gem and it's all the way at the end. So you kind of do have to block off basically everything. But something that we do see happen quite frequently is players will sort of block off the map too much or block it off for them, make it too hard for them. Where they can't get the gem either. So you do have to kind of be careful with that. You can't really overbuild because, again, you do only have the 30 seconds. So sometimes people do start to panic a little bit. So you do just got to stay on your toes. And we are going to get started. So we do have player 1's map. Player 1 is green. Player 2 is yellow. So you are going to see how these players navigate these sticky blocks. Now, again, the sticky blocks can be a pretty tough foe to battle it out right now, because for one thing, when you do jump off them, it can be a little bit hard to kind of judge your momentum. That does make it a little bit tougher to wall jump, and it does make it a little bit tougher to kind of get to the other side of the map. So here we do have our second map right now. This is player 2's map. We are going to see who's able to pull it off here. Looks like player 2 is off to an early lead, kind of taking the middle road. And we are going to find out if they are able to get there. Looks like they are having a little bit of trouble wall jumping. Player 1, excuse me, comes out to a quick lead, but player 2 was able to grab that gem. Looks like player 1 may have overshot it a little bit on that jump and kind of just went a little bit too far. So player 2 was able to kind of take the inside corner and sneak out that gem a little bit faster. So shout out to on player 2 for winning. That was a very impressive comeback, because the way that fast match does work, again, is you do get a point bonus for if you get the gem faster or not. So player 2 was able to get their gem faster than player 1 was able to get their gem, which led to them being able to pull out the victory on their own map. So again, I will get another room code for you guys in just a quick second. Now these two matches have been going by pretty quickly, so we are going to see what we get next. Again, the gem race and the fast match both go by very quickly. Of course, fast match is supposed to go by very quickly, but gem race also does, because you again are only playing one map, so there is a limit right there. And I think it's one map for 2 minutes, while normal, I believe, is 2 maps for 1.5 minutes. So that kind of leads you to a 3-minute mark of time. So again, we are just waiting on a room code to pop up. So again, if you guys do want, you can always do the quick match, quick play feature, get assigned to another person playing quick play, and we do get a room code for that. So every game that you do join, every game that you do start does generate a room code, which we are actually able to use in order to join. So we do have one. Looks like one did pop up. We do have WTPM. So if you do want to play, make sure you type in room code WTPM. Again, play private, join WTPM. Of course, I do spectate because, again, I am casting. So again, if you guys were not here yesterday, we actually did put out a video of a little bit of behind the scenes to our esports streams, our live play open esports sessions. So you could kind of see what I'm doing here, what my producers help me with, what I'm talking about with my producers, and what everything is really for, like what the different scenes are for, how we get everything set up to capture what we need, and stuff like that. And it's really interesting because this is kind of what the big streamers do as well. We are using OBS, which is the premier streaming software. So if you are interested in that, make sure you do check that out. That is on our YouTube channel. You are already there, so make sure you guys do check it out and drop a like on the video. So we do already have, this does look like another gem race game. We do have a couple of repeats right here with the flamethrower and the cannon. However, from there, everything else is different. So we do have the moving block, falling block, spring, switch, spike balls, and the vacuum. And our map is going to be, I completely forgot what the name of this map is. But there we go. I think it's something factory, but I'm not sure. Smog Factory is the name of this map. Yes, there we go. So I do like this map, especially for gem race, because it's kind of a little bit structured very nicely. There are some maps, like I believe the night one, the one at night. Again, I keep forgetting. I remember one word of these maps, but I cannot remember the other one. But there is one where it has a bunch of individual blocks up at the top, and each individual block actually has a gem spawn. So that could really sway the game one way or another. And then a map like Sidewalk Hustle, where you have super duper long, that could also sway the game one way or another, because those gems can spawn close to you and far from your opponent, or far from you and close to your opponent, because the map is so wide. So when you have a map like this, which is kind of layered horizontally and vertically, it does make it very, very nice. So this may be my favorite gem race map, that one and Pipe Jungle. So we do got a good map for you guys, so hopefully we will have a good game. We also do see the flamethrowers coming in. The flamethrowers have led to some pretty crazy times so far playing these games, because we have seen multiple times some flamethrowers not turn off, so they have just caused a constant stream of fire, which makes it incredibly hard for the opponents to grab any of those gems. And also the flamethrowers do go through walls. They do make it pretty hard to kind of get around them. You do have to wait for them to turn off, but they could turn on very quickly after, and you could misjudge that as well. So you do got to be careful. You always got to stay on your toes when you are playing against items that can send you back to the beginning. So again, with 5 seconds left, this is going to be our map. This is going to be what our final map looks like. So that right side of the map is hardly covered by anything. We're really going heavy on the left side, which is usually what does happen, because that is closer to the start. So it kind of does put up a barrier to get to the right side. But once you do get past that barrier, could make it pretty easy to grab some gems. So we do have player 2 is going to be yellow. Player 1 is going to be the pink, or the fuchsia, or lavender. No, that's not lavender. So we do have our players making their way across the map. That first gem is going to be very far away, basically all the way up in that top right corner. So that's going to be tough to get to, especially, as I did mention, with all these traps. That gem is also going to despawn in about 2 seconds, so it may not even be worth it going over there. However, it does spawn very, very closely to player 2 right there. Let's see if they are able to grab it. Looks like I'm not really sure what kind of route they are trying to take right now. They kind of just fell down all the way to the bottom. This does open up a window for player 1 right here to try and get that gem as time does expire. Let's see if they are able to do it. Should be able to do it, and they do grab that gem. Next gem spawned pretty close to the respawn station, so maybe player 1 would opt for a tactical reset right here by pressing R. We have seen that happen. And again, if you guys are struggling with one part of the map or a couple parts of the map, you can actually click on them in order to use your hammer and kind of destroy them, get them out of the way. So that is mostly used in normal on other players' maps. However, in gem race, you could use it on anyone's items. So again, in gem race, you could use it on any item that you are having trouble with, even if it is your own. In normal, you could only use it on other players' items. So we do have our players looking for this second gem. Player 1 able to get on the board with their second gem. Player 2 still struggling towards that beginning. Again, those spike balls are a very tough opponent. We have seen that, especially in the tournaments over the summer. The spike balls kind of just wrecking havoc. So it does look like our game is going to end with a 2-0 victory for player 1, and that is how this game does go. So again, shout outs to both of our players. Very good game. Again, the map was just pretty hard, really. We do have a lot of items that are eliminating instead of just blocking, so that does make it pretty tough when you do have to get sent back to the beginning, especially in a game like Gem Race, where you could run out of time on your way to getting a gem. So again, we will get another map for you guys. I will get that room code in just a quick second. Again, if you guys do want us to make rooms, again, even if we are playing, just make a room, really, and then we will be able to get in there at some point. Even if it is towards the end, we will start casting you. So here we have our next room code is going to be WYGU. So it does look like one player is in here. We are waiting on another one. So if you do want to join, make sure you do go to play private join and then type in the room code WYGU. So it does look like that room is not going to work. However, it does look like it's stalled out. So I'm going to have to restart my assembly right here. So I will do that in just a quick second. And then we will hop into another room code, which is going to be ZHON. So again, while I am loading, you guys can actually join that because I could join it at any time. So don't worry about me. I will be good to go always. So just make sure you guys do join that room. And then as soon as I'm able to join, I will join. So there you go. But again, it does take a little bit to load once I do get to here. So I apologize for that. But here we go. I am in like Flynn, and I will go to spectate. And I do have ZHON as the room code. Is ZHON still going to be the room code? So it does look like we are going to get a different room code because I'm getting word that that one did not work. So unfortunately, ZSPE is going to be our next room code. So again, guys, if you do want to join, make sure you do go to the room ZSPE, which is also not a room. So make sure you guys do, if you do make rooms, that you do stay in them, because if you do not stay in them, we will not be able to join them. So make sure you guys do be aware and you do watch out, and just make sure you stay in your room so you're good. So our next room code is going to be ZLFQ. If you guys do want to join, make sure you guys do go to play private join room ZLFQ. So I'm not sure if this was the person who kept making rooms, but if that was you, you could always join this room. So ZLFQ is the room code. So just make sure you join this one. And if you guys do make a room code, do not leave, because then we will not be able to join. So here we do have, this is going to be our first normal game of the day. So the way that normal does work is both players select 2 items. The final item is voted. So spectate vote, type in the room code ZLFQ. And then we do have our map, which is randomly chosen. So that is going to be Rat Maze. And then the way it works is both players are able to use all 5 items, even the ones that the other player did pick. And they build their own map. So instead of Gem Race, where both players build on the same map, these guys build on their own. They build on different maps, and then you play player 1's map first, and then player 2's map. You know where the gems are going to be. They're all on the board at the same time, and then you need to get 4 gems in order to unlock the big gem. So it's really first to get 4 gems and then get that big gem at the end. However, an important thing to note is that there are point bonuses based on how quickly you are able to get the gems. So if you are able to get all 5 gems with, let's say, 1 second to spare, or you got them all within the last like 30 seconds of the match, and then you go over to the next map, and player 2 or the other player was able to get 4 gems, which is less than however many you got, but they were able to get them within the first 20 seconds of the game, you will most likely be losing because their point total will be astronomical. So you do got to watch out for that. So again, we do have the spring, flamethrower, spikes, ice block, and the fan. So we are going to have to take a little bit of a look on how these players do use these items. Very interesting group of items right here. And also a big important thing to note is that you are only able to use your hammer on the opposing player's map. So what that means is that if you yourself lock in a gem, you will not be able to get it. So if one of these players, say if player 1 put in ice block over this gem, they will not be able to get it. However, player 2 will be able to break that block and grab it. When you do break a block, it does not break it for everyone. It only breaks it for you. So you do have to watch out because blocking a gem off for yourself can cost you the whole game. So you do just have to pay pretty high attention to that one. So here we do have player 1's map right here. It looks like they are going a little bit heavy on the flamethrowers. They also got some springs. And then we do have player 2's map right here. They also have some springs. And then they really blocked off basically one gem. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be able to get that gem. Actually, it looks like player 2 or player 1 may be able to be grabbed. If player 2 breaks that spike block and breaks the flamethrower, they should be able to just drop down and grab that gem. And now player 2, I do not think will be able to get that gem at all, because I think that spike is going to block them right there, because again, doesn't look like there's enough room for them to slide down. So unfortunately, we do see sometimes that happening, just players kind of making a little silly mistake like that, but that could cost them in the long run. So you do got to be sure that you do watch out, and that you do kind of be careful of your surroundings and what you do place down. So here we do have the fans come into play. Player 2 again. I hope they do delete that, because I don't want to see them not be able to grab a gem at all. And then we also do have player 1. Pretty simple map right here. Yeah, that's all player 1 got going on right here. Looks like they should be able to get through this map fairly easy. You could just wall jump, grab this gem, go down, grab this gem, reset back, go up, grab that gem. Oh, that gem may be hard to get. And then this gem here. That one's hard to get because, again, you do have the springs on the sides and then that spike block in the middle. So you may end up going down getting that one, but we will figure it out. We will find out. We are going to get started with player 1's map first. So here we go. We do have player 1 is going to be gray. Player 2 is going to be the yellow. So it looks like both players trying to wall jump up and get that first gem. Looks like they are both struggling right here with the wall jumps. Maybe I will have to put a video out on how to wall jump in Sembly. You never know. You never know what's needed these days. But both players able to grab 2 gems. Now, again, as you could see, player 2 does have a little bit of a higher point total, basically because they were able to grab the gems with a little bit quicker speed. So we do have we do have both of our players kind of making their way around the map. Looks like player 1, or player 2, excuse me, did not choose to go the route that I recommended. Both players not choosing to go the way that I recommended. However, not sure who's going to be able to grab this next gem. This is going to be a tough one, especially because it's kind of up at the top now, and both players are towards the bottom. We do have player 1 getting set back and having to now wall jump their way up that wall, while player 2 is still struggling down there. I'm not sure if they are trying to get around the whole way, but I feel like going up that left side like player 1 is doing is going to be a shortcut. So we do have player 2 off to a quick start. Looks like they already know what they are going to do on this map. But again, they are struggling with the execution right now. However, they were able to wall jump. They were able to grab that gem. It looks like our players are now onto their second gem, which is going to be guarded by a flamethrower. Player 2, again, able to grab that gem as well. Player 1 also able to grab it. So both players tied up 2 gems apiece. I believe if player 1 does get the next gem, they should be in the lead right now. Maybe even... never mind. I was going to say, I was trying to do some math in my head, but I'm not really 100% sure on the point totals. I believe if they do grab 1 gem, they will be ahead. However, player 2 is able to grab a gem after them, they may be able to take the lead back. So the big focus right now for player 1. Oh, I think that slow-mo may have helped them out right there, being able to get that wall jump. That one looked like a really tough one. I didn't even think they had enough in the chamber to get that. Now they do have this gem lined up right here for them. They do just have to be careful with these flamethrowers that they are able to grab it. We'll see as time is running down. They may not even get enough points from this gem to get it, and they decide to not go for it as time is running down. So it looks like that was a little bit tough right there. So here we are going to get another room code for you guys in just a quick second. So as soon as we do get that room code for you guys, I will, of course, notify you and let you know as to what it is, because we do got to get you guys in here as always. So you do have our next room code. It is going to be KTOZ. But again, if you guys do want to join, make sure you just go to play private, join, and then type in the room code KTOZ. We will find out what kind of mode this is when we do get in here. So we do have a gem race going on. So again, gem race is you select 5 items that you alone are able to use. But again, the other player can select the same item as you. And then you guys both build on the same map. So this does lead to some pretty crazy games, as we do have a lot of people going on. We do have a lot of items in the area, but we will find out what's going on. As soon as these players start to build, you can really get a feel for what is going to go on. So do just got to be careful for that. And we are going to get started right now. So again, we are going to be on Smog Factory. Again, I do like this map, especially for gem race. It does look very nice. It does look very clean, especially with those gem spawns. So you do just gotta be careful on how you build, because I believe the last time you did play Smog Factory, the map was a little bit tough. I think only 2 gems were grabbed. So we do see our players building along right here. You got the vacuum and the fan kind of surrounding 1 gem, so that's going to be pretty tough to get around. We again have those spike balls coming in. Those have proved to be a big threat. in getting around the map, because those do travel pretty far. They go through walls, they go through floors, they go through everything. So you could find yourself getting hit by those from a pretty long distance. And if you're not really prepared for it, if you don't see that coming in, it could really, really get you bad. So you do got to just be careful. You just got to watch out for what you're doing over there. But as we do see, the map's starting to come along right now. Both players about 2/3 of the way maxed out. We do got a lot of springs coming in. So the springs, those could definitely be very annoying when you are trying to get through areas, because if you do hit a spring, it's just going to kind of launch you in a direction that you may not want to be launched in. So that could definitely hurt your gameplay. But again, it could also help you if you do hit it at the right angle. If you do get the correct path, you may be good to go. And it can also slow down your opponent, and it's also not going to eliminate you. It's not going to send you back to the beginning. So it's not too risky to put those down. But we are going to get started. Again, we do got our gem race coming up for you guys. Let's see what we do have right here. It looks like we have our silver and yellow players back at it again. So we do have, where is that first gem spawn? The first gem is spawning very, very close to where our players spawn in. It looks like player 1 does have a pretty good line to get there, and they are able to grab it. So player 1 able to grab that first gem right there. Next gem is all the way on the other side of the map. Player 1 does again have a pretty good line to get there. Does not look like there is going to be much stopping them from getting there. However, player 2 could always catch up. But it does look like they should. Ooh, they just missed the gem right there. And now those springs are coming into play, as I did mention. However, that gem does look like it is going to be respawning pretty soon. And it does spawn right by where the players spawn in. So right by the player spawn, it is going to be up there. However, with those springs on either side, it is going to be a tough task to kind of wall jump up there, or maybe even get up there. Ooh, however, player 1 does get it correctly, and they should be able to grab this gem with some time to spare. Now, that next gem is going to be all the way in the bottom right corner. I believe player 1 actually accidentally fell down there when they were trying to grab a different gem. However, player 2 able to grab that one. Next gem should be all player 1 right now. As player 2, I believe, dropped down, and they did have to tactically reset. So it does look like player 1 should be able to grab this one, and they do. And the last gem is going to be again in the other bottom right corner. So we're getting a lot of different bottom right corners here. And again, that's spring block. It doesn't even look like the players are hitting it. However, it is kind of just inhibiting their ability to kind of jump up there. It does look like you may have to jump from the left to the right side. However, again, that gem may respawn pretty soon. However, with player 2 in a 2-gem deficit, it does look like player 1 is going to be able to clean this one up, even if they didn't grab it, and they were right on it. However, they did not need it for victory, and they were able to pull off the win. So I believe we are going to get one more match right now. So again, if you guys do want to play it in the final match, make sure you guys do join the room code. I will get it for you guys in just a second. And the room code is going to be RKWL. So it does look like a player is already in here. So if you do want to join, make sure you go to play, private, join match, and then type in the room code RKWL. So this is going to be the final match. However, if you have tuned in, make sure you guys do hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys do press the notification bell. We are going to have some more videos coming out for you guys. And if you have any ideas on what kind of videos you guys want to see up on the YouTube channel, make sure you guys drop those in the chat or comment on maybe one of the live streams or something, because we will get notified of it. And we do want to put up content that you guys do want to see. So make sure you guys do let us know. Here we do have our quick match. This is going to be a fast match. So again, the way that this works is both players do build their own map using 5 random items that are given to them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Really, first one to get that gem will win. But there are 2 maps. So the way that we do account for that is by giving the time bonuses. So if you get the gem faster, you will get more points. So you do got to be careful of that. You kind of do just want to grab the gems as fast as possible. You really don't want to take the foot off the pedal, foot off the gas. So here we have player 1. Looks like they went pretty heavy on the spring blocks. I think player 2 also just put some spring blocks down, but not as many. So we are going to find out what is going on right now. We're going to see how this map does end. And we will get started right now. So again, fast match, point bonuses for whoever gets their gem fastest. Does look like our players are trying to maneuver their way around those spring blocks. Not sure if you are going to get enough height on that jump in order to get over that spring. May just be better to take the low road down. Maybe the big low road down. That is what player 1 is going to do. However, I don't think that they do have enough time to grab that last gem. So this is going to come down to our second map. Here we do have both players not able to grab that first gem. So this is going to be, no matter what, whoever is able to get this gem first will win. No point bonuses needed. It is just going to be a competition to see who is able to get there. So both players looks like they are going the same pathway. Player 1 currently in the head a little bit, but struggling with that wall jump, so they are not able to get that gem. And player 2 is able to grab that gem with about 6 seconds to spare. So shout out to player 2 on taking home the last game of the day. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We will be doing Battle Royale tomorrow, so I know that everyone does love playing Battle Royale, so we will get that tomorrow to end the week. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys do hit the subscribe button if you have not already. I hope everyone does stay happy and healthy, and I will see you guys tomorrow again, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So until then, I will see you guys. Bye.